countdown.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cute.
We're on.
Yeah,
We're on, homeboy.
don't count down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little countdown for the show.
yeah, man. We got a great episode today for y'all, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
I think so. I think
We're
so.
excited as we are every Tuesday. You
Yeah.
know, it's about the only time I get butterflies on Tuesday.
Do you?
Not really.
Yeah, not really.
I'm at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
I'm at
just
home.
the,
No
the comfort
butterflies.
zone.
Yeah, it's excitement.
Yeah, absolutely. I get those kind of butterflies too. Just that exciting.
I'm anxious to talk to our guests,
Mhm.
as I am every week, and I'm anxious to see all our friends and
Yeah.
families all gone.
Hell
You know?
yeah.
So it's an exciting time. It's like a virtual party.
Yeah, it's our weekly party. What's up, Faith? Faith is already in the
Faith
house.
is on. My sister is here. All right.
Your sister and mine.
Yeah. Sheri is caring, man. You know,
Absolutely.
we in the house. We in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loving this brisk
that-
fall weather.
Let that sense go in a little bit.
Yeah, simply. That's like a hard synth,
Yeah.
straight from the '80s sound
Yeah,
palette.
man.
You know.
I'm an 80s baby.
Yeah.
The boy's birthday's coming too, ain't it?
Yeah, next Sunday.
Yes,
I was
sir.
born in '78. That doesn't make me an '80s baby, does it?
Well, I still call it an 80s baby because I was born in 77, but
Okay.
still-
So,
I was
you know,
reared. I was coming up in the 80s.
Yeah. By the time you knew what was going on, it was
It
the
was-
'80s.
Yeah.
Like,
The first records I spun was that New Edition Cool It Now, so I was 80s.
on your Fisher Price.
Yeah.
Fisher Price. All right, baby.
Hey man, let's do a show.
Let's do it.
That evening, a musical relationship / friendship was born. Even with playing music on stage with other musicians, there has to be chemistry there, you know. And at the same time, it's like you want to be able to have chemistry away from the stage as well. Because if you have chemistry away from the stage, your show and your stage presence and everything like that is going to be
People
great.
pick up on it, not just entertainment. What we do, we'll be talking to designers and entrepreneurs and people just trying to get their t-shirt brand popping. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever your hustle is, this is Hustlenometry 101.
My slogan for my business, I love to say everyone needs a little faith.
Charlamagne the God would say, sometimes you gotta roll it up for everybody. Like,
Yeah. Shout out to Lil C.
Like I told you, I got these.
Yeah, Brandon.
but
Yeah, Brandon.
last time I've been booed in my life.
Let's get that. We getting that theme music one time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My bad.
Good. You got lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
It costs to be the boss. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, today is Tuesday. It is 7 p.m.
Yes.
You know what time that is? That means it's time for another live installment of your favorite internet sensation by the name of the No Shortcut Show. Let our theme music rock a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Am I grainy?
Yeah, it'll probably fix itself. It'll fix itself.
Okay. I did a quick restart to my computer, but we live, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We live. Come on in, grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a beverage. It may be dinner time where you are, but hopefully you're on your favorite device, whether it be smartphone or tablet. Hang out with us the next 45 minutes to an hour. We have a great show in store for you guys tonight. We got a wonderful guest that is waiting patiently in the green room.
Absolutely.
And I believe that we're going to have a great time like we usually do every Tuesday, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
We got
And as
people
you
already with us. We got
we
Faith.
do.
Faith, shout out to Faith. Good evening.
Yeah. good
Mom,
evening.
Miss Francis, good evening.
Hello,
Everybody
Mom.
loves the pregame set.
Oh yeah, like
That
the
pregame
2 minute
set.
countdown.
Yeah, that set. We might have to change that to make that the regular background set because everybody loves they love that pregame set.
Yeah,
So we'll
yeah.
put that one on.
To my family, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all supporting us every week. DJ Nuff said is in the
Nuff
building. Come
said,
on
"What's
in,
up,
gang.
brother?" He's on the
Yes, that's
Twitch. Shout out to our Twitch
Twitch
watchers,
fam.
our
Yeah.
YouTube watchers, our
Who's
Facebook
over on
fam, of
YouTube?
course. Yeah,
Yeah, if you're over on YouTube, drop us a comment as well. We just want to know who's where. We are broadcasting from 3 different platforms live. Face says, gotta play the theme
gotta
music.
play the
You
theme
already
music.
know.
Yeah,
We're broadcasting from Facebook
yeah,
live,
yeah,
YouTube live, and Twitch live, ladies and gentlemen. And
yeah.
feel free to share this feed while it's running live, so your
Yes,
friends can join in as well. I always say here, the more the merrier. We appreciate you guys.
absolutely,
Yes, yes.
absolutely. Sharing
And
is
if
caring.
Yeah, and if this is your first time here, ladies and gentlemen, our platform was the brainchild of Mr. Travis Bizel, who I'll
Hi,
introduce to you formally in a moment. But
what's up?
and you know, and I'm here to push everything along with him. But we had the idea as entrepreneurs and those who had gifts and passions to pursue those first and foremost. And if you could be compensated off of the things that you do naturally or that you're gifted at doing or that you're passionate about doing, if you can make your way to become compensated off of these very things. That is the goal that we have in mind.
Yeah.
Along the way, you know, you run into some trials and tribulations. We all have a story as far as that is concerned, but we're here to share our story. We have guests on to share their story,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully, along the way, we can inspire each other. You know, and avoid certain pitfalls. You know, if we had a bad situation, we could tell our story, and then you can stay away from that
Yeah.
as you unfold your story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And together we can help each other out, inspire each other, spread information, and last but not least, we can build a community
Mm-hmm.
amongst ourselves. If you're looking for a DJ, if you're looking for a musician, if you're looking for someone that does real estate, if you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for someone who has the online store, my sister does home decor and wreaths. Whatever
Hey.
you may be looking for, we're aiming to build a community where we can utilize each other's services.
Mm-hmm.
You did,
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
yeah.
Well said.
So
That's the show.
that's the show in a nutshell.
That's
That's
the
the
show.
mission statement.
That's the
Yeah.
mission
So
statement.
let me formally introduce the gentleman here to the left.
Oh no.
This guy wears a few hats. You know,
Mm-hmm.
one is he's the producer of this platform. He's a co-host of this platform. He's
Hey.
also a digital media strategist, and
No.
he's an event coordinator.
Yeah.
He is your favorite DJ's
I get
favorite
that.
DJ, as I often say. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise at home while we make some noise on the screen for DJ Famous, also known as Mr. Travis Bizel.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah. What's
yeah.
happening, brother? What's happening?
Not too much,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you
Not
for
too
that.
much.
Thank you for that intro. And I must say that
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting next to the guy. This guy is the guy. He is, yes, I thought of the idea of this podcast, but this guy is the mouthpiece, the mouth of the South, the A mic, the music director for the chairman of the board, member of Mellow Groove. I think you're frozen, but I'm going to keep talking because I'm introducing the boy. Oh, there, you're
Yeah,
back. You're back.
yeah, yeah,
Host
yeah.
of, co-host
Okay.
of this podcast, host of the That's My Story podcast, and a very talented music producer and MC as well. Say hello.
Yes,
Put the
yes.
ones in the chat. Jerry Midas Hardison. What's happening?
Yeah.
What's
Connected in the
up, man?
mail. I mean,
The
am I still lagging? Am I still lagging a
nah,
little
you're
bit?
good. You're good now. You're good now. It kind of
Okay.
comes
All
in
right.
and
Just
out a
want to
little
make sure
bit.
I don't. Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't have to do a leave and quick comeback.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
might have
we
to
are
because
live.
it is coming in and out. So you might
It's
have to
lagging.
hang up and call back. And I'll talk to the folks
Yeah,
while you do that, man. I
yeah,
see
do that.
Faith.
Do that.
Faith is
She just
chiming
created a
in. She just created a
right,
beautiful
right, right.
door hanger for the fall. Make sure you all check out A Touch of Faith. It's the same on every platform. A Touch of Faith on Facebook, on the IG.
Yes,
Holla at A
yes.
Touch of Faith. Miss Florence Dixon is in the house.
My
Good evening.
Aunt
Good
T,
evening.
hello Aunt Flo, love you, thank you. My
Hey.
family's great. I appreciate your support so much every week right here
Absolutely.
for our platform, the No Shortcut Show.
Yes, yes.
You know,
And all of our
yeah,
music
man.
lovers, make sure you check out DJ Nuff Said on the Twitch channel. I'm telling you, it's DJ Nuff Said. He has something for everybody every night of the week. If you're into 80s, he got an 80s night on Twitch. If you're into
Yeah.
90s hip hop, he's got a 90s night on Twitch. He got a 70s night. He got a slow jam night on Twitch. He is busy, busy, busy on Twitch,
It's the
and he could be the
Twitch takeover.
soundtrack to your evening for sure.
Yeah, yeah. The Twitch takeover is
The
in full
Twitch
effect right
takeover,
now.
absolutely, absolutely. So what's happening
Yeah,
with you, brother? How was your week?
man. Well, just to recap, let's see. Now, let me think for a second. Last week, so I actually did a wedding with our guest
Yeah,
who we're gonna bring on shortly
yeah.
this past Sunday. But so to backtrack, we did a little rehearsal on Wednesday.
Hmm.
Um, and Thursday, the chairman of the board and the executives went to Fuquay Varina, North
Hmm.
Carolina, and it was impressive the crowd that came out because it was the threat of the storm for
Hmm.
Friday, and
Hmm.
it was chilly, and but they still showed up and showed out, man. It was a wonderful time in Fuquay Varina. Friday we were supposed to be in Columbia for the Blues and Barbecue Festival,
Yeah.
and Tony Terry was going to be on the show with us as well, and another artist that escapes me right off the top of my head. But due to the weather on Friday, that event was rescheduled for October 21st,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
Saturday had a wedding in Canapolis.
Hmm.
Saturday, yeah, chairman of the board and executives, a wedding reception in Canapolis. I emceed as well,
Wow.
and then Sunday morning, doing my minister of music duties at Mount Dewell Baptist Church in McConnell, South Carolina. And then Sunday afternoon, I was in Cornelius, North Carolina, with
Hmm.
our guest tonight,
Yeah.
accompanying her.
Cool. Cool.
You know,
That was quite the busy week.
yeah. To be honest, I was kind of relieved that Friday was not canceled, was rescheduled.
Yeah. 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 Sometimes you're like,
It was a tight week, so I'm like,
yeah.
man, you know what, and it's still on the calendar just for
Hmm.
October, but that gave me a little break, in between that,
Yeah. Yeah, that one is
so
rough, man. I got one of those. I got a couple of those triple plays coming up too. I got one in October and one in November where it's a triple, and at the time I was like yes, and then when it's, we're gonna
oh
give
yeah,
it, we're gonna do the thing, but it's like,
yeah,
woo, that's
yeah,
3 days
yeah, yeah.
straight. That's 3 days
But you
straight of that
gotta
joint.
gotta get it while the getting is good,
Yeah,
because it will be cold before we know it. The holidays will be
hmm,
here, and then we're gonna be like, man, if this feels weird,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
at home.
I know
That
exactly.
kind of feel weird sometimes, like on a Friday or Saturday,
Hmm.
if your calendar's open, like, okay, this is different,
Yeah, like
So
this is the first Saturday I've been home in a minute. I don't even know what come on TV on Saturdays.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah, buddy.
absolutely.
But
Yeah. What about what
it
about
was pretty
yourself?
stacked, man. We had a wedding on Saturday. I was in at the Caribous County. Is it
Average.
Caribous
I think
County?
average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the convention center up there. I had a wedding, a small wedding up there Saturday, and
Hmm.
then Sunday I was in Mount Holly, North
Ah,
Carolina for a wedding Saturday
yeah.
and Sunday, and
Hmm.
then of course we went to church Sunday morning, but we drove separate vehicles, so I went straight to the wedding from church
Okay.
Sunday
Yeah.
since I was already in
Yeah.
Rock Hill, so I just went straight to the wedding from there, and then
Yeah. And I was gonna say I saw you posted your schedule on IG and Facebook. So yeah, you definitely
yeah,
got a lot coming up. Yeah,
that's the October schedule, so it's gonna be
absolutely.
busy, but we're blessed, man. We are
Yeah,
blessed.
yeah. We thankful, grateful, blessed,
Yeah,
humble, highly favored.
yeah, absolutely,
I got the
absolutely.
teleprompter right there on the
You
wall.
got your, you got your, you got your script right there in front of you.
Right there, right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So that's all I did, man, and of course my production duties for for what I do with the prison ministry. But we weren't able to go into the facility on Monday because South Carolina State had kind of tightened up their regulations a little bit. So it might be a couple weeks before we're actually back in the prison, but I still send them the production and the content weekly for them to still
Okay.
have their service, but just
Yeah.
I can't be there for it, which was when I
Yeah.
this Monday I was like, man, I already missing my guys, you know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
a couple
Yeah.
weeks we'll be back in there.
Yeah. So, for those of you that at home who may not be familiar with what DJ Famous is talking about, he does prison ministry on
Oh yeah,
Mondays.
yeah, yeah. Two to
Yeah.
four
Where
Mondays. We have
yeah,
church. We have church on Mondays, 2 to 4 at the
absolutely.
Kershaw Correctional Facility here. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And while you said church on Mondays, that made me think of my mom's platform, the Hour of Power. They have
Hey,
church on Thursdays
that's right.
and sometimes Saturday, and,
Yeah,
and, and any other day of the week, might
yeah,
be a Friday.
yeah.
Tell them, Mom.
That's right.
I'll get us started.
get the get
Yeah.
the hour power going for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we should probably go ahead and bring our guest
Yeah,
on today.
man. Tell them who we have this week.
We don't want to keep her waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fantastic guest for this evening's show. This lady describes herself as serial entrepreneur. Am I freezing again? Right in the middle?
Yeah, you're a little bit frozen, but it's catching up to itself. Go ahead with it.
Am I freezing? You hear me though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You good? I think you're back.
Okay. All right. She's a serial entrepreneur,
Hmm.
ladies and gentlemen. I met her some years ago, uh, doing one of the things she specializes in, which is singing. Like I said, we had the pleasure to work together this past Sunday. Wonderful person, fantastic singer, and I'm interested to know just the different avenues that she does as far as her serial entrepreneurship is
Yeah.
concerned. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, make some noise at home while we make some noise on the screen for Miss Sheri Songbird Phillips. Hey,
Yay. Hey,
hello
Miss
and
Sherry.
welcome.
Hi, great evening.
Yes,
How are you?
absolutely.
I am absolutely amazing. And I'm
That's
super
all.
excited to be a part of the show tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me, fellas.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
joining us. Thank you.
Yes. Can we turn her mic up a little bit?
Yeah,
Her mic
yeah, I'm
volume.
doing that
Can
right
y'all at
now.
home hear her? Okay.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
up.
turn me up.
There we go.
Look,
Turn
turn
Yeah.
me
turn me
up.
up some. Turn me up in my
Right.
headphones.
Yeah. Turn my headphones up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us. I know I mentioned it to you last week. I was just talking with her about the platform, and it just so happened we had an opening this Tuesday, and I said, "Hey, Sherry, you wanna go ahead and come on and talk to us?" And she was with it, no
Yeah.
hesitation. So we're glad to have
Right.
you here. Glad to have you here.
Thank
I see we
you.
got some people in the comments.
What
Yeah,
they
I see we
saying?
got some people in the
Okay.
comments.
Hey, people.
All right,
Hey, people in
how's
the
that?
comments.
Yeah.
What's
I
up?
I think we got the mic volume adjusted. I'm looking at Faith's comment, and she might
Yeah.
have commented.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
fixed
so
now.
she's
It's
good.
fixed.
Yes. So, Sherry, before we get into the meat and potatoes of your story, give us a little background information about where you were born and raised, and a little bit about your childhood.
Okay. So, of course, I was born. Well, I guess you could say I'm from the York County area, of course.
Mhm.
I grew up in Clover. My father, his name is Willie Phillips. He was a DJ back in the day.
Hey.
Like,
Okay.
yes, he really was. He's really, really well known. Willie
Hmm.
Phillips, he lives in Clover, South Carolina. So
Okay.
I grew up there, and then I moved to York, South
Hmm.
Carolina. That's where I actually, went to school. So I, you know, grew up there and graduated from York Comprehensive High School. And then from there, went off to college
Okay.
in Florence. I went to Francis Marion. And then
Oh, you
boom,
went
that's
to
when music
well.
started. Well, I've been
Yeah.
singing long, long, but yeah.
Yeah. I was just gonna say my brother and my sister both attended Francis Marion University.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
FMU.
Yeah. I was the oddball. I went to Winthrop University.
I transferred from FMU and went to Winthrop.
Oh,
Yeah.
best of both
I
Okay.
was
worlds.
going to school to be a doctor. Like I wanted
Yeah.
to be an ER doctor so bad,
Hmm.
and then yeah, then it didn't work out. Obviously, when you're in college, it's just like I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's basically what happened.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But far as like my musical piece, I've been singing since I was in kindergarten. Like I've been
Okay.
singing is the gift that God gave me. So I've been doing it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then even I would say my first time recording, I would definitely say was when I was 12.
Wow.
With a guy named Bass. He has an
Wow.
organization in New York. His name is, oh my God, what his name is? Alan Murchison. I can't think. POY Entertainment. I know. He has a
Okay.
podcast that he does too, and I need to go be on there. He asked me
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Alan,
This is
I'm
gonna
coming. I
be
Yeah.
yeah,
promise.
We got you
yeah,
first. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So this and this is
Look,
your first
go
time,
back.
and you said this was in our green room. You said this is your first time. I'm not gonna say being interviewed. I'm gonna say having a discussion on a platform.
Yes, this is my
Yeah,
first time. I would definitely
Yeah.
say yes.
oh, awesome. Now you said you've been singing since kindergarten. You have any other family members that sing or play instruments or anything?
I mean, if anything, just my dad. Like
Hmm.
my dad is the one who, you know, who was in a band and like sang and like
Mm.
even now, you know that hymn choir. You
Yeah.
know, they
Yeah, they don't know about
got
that hymn choir.
yeah, yeah. And then of course my mom can sing too,
Hmm.
but if anything, I guess, somebody that was a professional at it, I would definitely say my dad.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha,
So
gotcha.
what
And how
was he
many?
singing? What was he singing around the house that got you hooked in music?
Oh my God. But see, it wasn't even really him, you guys. It
Mm,
was the fact that I knew I had the gift,
Hmm.
right? I've
okay.
always been singing and I always had a love for music. So
Mm,
it was just that part for me. And then, of
Hmm.
course, being in school, I was in choir because
Yeah.
I can
mm,
sing. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to do chorus.
Hmm.
I
yeah.
did choir all the way up until high school, till I
Wow.
graduated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Concert choir. I did a lot of teaching with classical music, which is one of my favorite genres. Like
Is
I
that
love
right?
classical music. Yes, a best friend of mine, she's an opera singer, so it's just I'm more of a soul singer, but I just love that classical feel of music too.
Mm.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's great to have appreciation for other styles
Hmm.
that may
Yeah.
even be outside of the style that you do. So that's great. Yeah. And I was gonna. So okay, what about like siblings? Any brothers, sisters?
What about what now?
Yeah, your siblings, any brothers and sisters, did they get into music or singing or that type of thing at all, or it was just were you the
No,
only child?
I only have one brother, and he doesn't sing at all.
Okay, and I'm gonna assume yeah, and I'm gonna assume you saying coming up in church some too as well, correct?
Oh God, yes. On the
Yeah.
choir. My mom, when I was younger, when we lived in York, she created a choir, York Community Choir. And like we traveled everywhere
Hmm.
to sing and go places, sing at different churches and stuff like that. So I definitely was a part of that too.
Yeah, that reminds me of a choir my dad started back in the day. My dad he's been on the radio station back in Sheri, South Carolina for many years. I want to say 40 something years. I forget the exact number, but at one point he started this choir called the Radio Mass Choir.
Mm.
And
Oh wow.
it was from people from different churches in our area, and making a big mass choir. And I was a
Mhm.
musician for that for a few years. So that what you just said reminded me of that time in my life. You
Yeah.
know, as they say, let's make one big choir.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. So after okay, so after Francis Marion University, and you've done what like chorus and
Hmm.
choir and maybe glee
Yes.
club and all it.
Yeah, so I mean, even in at Francis Mary, I did a little bit of the gospel choir there.
Uh-huh.
But then like before, I would say the summer before I went off to college, I had an opportunity to meet with this guy. He was from New Jersey, right? Somebody introduced me to him, and so he
Mm,
drove down here to meet with me, right?
mm.
And I was
Wow.
like, okay, wow, like this is about to be big.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
He
absolutely.
drove all the way down here to meet with me. I sung for him, and I believe too we had some studio sessions in Gastonia that one time. That was the
Mm.
first time I actually went in the studio, not like in a professional studio, I would say.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
yes.
I recorded my song, and I did it without writing anything down. It was really prophetic. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I went in there and this guy that I know played the piano and I just sung.
Mm.
It
Mm,
felt so good. And it
wow.
sounded so good. And it was called Call on Him.
Oh,
Um
okay.
so I did that, and then from there, we kind of like started this musical relationship, basically. So they was like,
Mm,
okay, well, we're gonna start flying you back and forth. We're
wow.
gonna do some recording in Baltimore, and I'm like, okay, I'm in college at this point, so I'm like,
Yeah.
Mm.
that's fine with me,
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
So I would
Absolutely.
say probably like twice a month, like I would fly. I would drive to Charlotte from Florence, go to the
Hmm.
airport. That was my first time being on a plane and
Mm.
everything. Like I did it by myself. I'm like, yeah, the
Hmm.
limo would come pick me up once I got the BWI, and I'm
Hmm.
like,
Nice.
okay. Stayed at the best hotels. I mean, I can't exactly remember the studio in Maryland that we recorded at, but I know it was one famous because a lot of artists had like their records on the
Mm-hmm.
walls and all
Mm-hmm.
of
Hmm.
that.
Autographs and
You
stuff
know,
like that.
yeah,
Hmm.
so we did that. We probably did that for like, oh my God, I would say 2 years, no
Okay.
lie.
Um,
And so I'm like, okay, this is good. We had meetings and stuff. I'm like, okay, so from I would definitely say what I learned from this experience, they taught me the behind the scenes, I would say. What that work looks like being in the studio as an artist. I
Mm-hmm.
got paid for being in, coming in and do work for hire. So I got paid for my sessions. We talked about the business. It's like they taught me a lot,
Mm.
right? But then I'm like, okay, so what's happening next, right? What are we gonna do
right.
next?
Right.
And so at this one time, everything just stopped. And
Mm,
so, like, I didn't hear anything from them for a while. So, of course, me as a young lady, I'm okay, let me go back with, school and stuff like that. Let me figure out and then start having kids and stuff like that.
hmm.
I was like, okay. Not saying that singing was something that I wanted to let go, but of course, now I'm a mommy. So
Mm.
now I have
Yeah.
to kind of like put it off to the side now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hmm.
So, did that. And then next thing you know, they called me again. They was like, "Hey, we're coming to Charlotte. We want to record some music." And so for me, I
Hmm.
got questions at this point. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
"What?"
Absolutely.
I'm trying to figure out what happened the first time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we never
Right.
released anything. We recorded so much music, and we never released anything. So
Hmm.
what's happening? Well, we're gonna come in. We're gonna look back over some contracts and stuff like that. Redo some music. I'm like, okay, because
Mm.
at this point, again, they had taught me that everything that's stated is not necessarily good. Everything that
Mm-hmm.
good is not good,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And I'm
Right.
like, okay. And then of course, by the time I know him, so I know the money gonna be there.
Yeah.
So everything, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I know I'm gonna get this money. I'm gonna get paid from it. So
Right.
Right.
fine. Okay, so let's do it.
Hmm.
Because we had, like I said, we formed a tight relationship, with this
Yeah.
music. Like, they was like my parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, the guy who was over the whole thing, it was like a dad of mine. That's what,
Hmm.
it kind of was like. And
Right.
so we started doing, recording some music over at Studio East that was off of
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Monroe Road in
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Yeah. I'm
We
familiar with
recorded
Studio E.
there,
Hmm.
over there for probably like a year. I got an opportunity to meet this amazing vocal coach at that time, Terrell Phillips. He used to sing with Blackstreet back in the day,
Blackstreet.
with
Hmm.
Teddy Riley. So I met
Mm-hmm.
him. I was like, okay, I was like, okay, yes, he was so hard on me, like in the studio. He was always asking, like he was like, no, because you got to think me coming from, classical training,
Mm-hmm.
it
Right.
kind of like turned my voice to more so singing falsetto all the time
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
instead of me actually upping my natural voice. I never liked it because
Okay.
all these years I've been singing classical music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. That makes
So I
sense.
never had to appreciate how my natural voice sound. Like I used to be like, I don't want to sound like that. That's ugly to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Hmm.
just remember those times in the studio we had to just be so rough on me. So
Yeah.
okay, we do music there. I'm like, okay, this look like it's going somewhere again. Let's do it. Like we
Uh-huh.
getting all these
Yeah.
people out. Of course, like I said, the money's there. We getting
Right.
paid. Okay, we looking good.
Uh-huh.
Stop again.
Oh.
Mm. A second time.
Yeah.
Yes. And so at this point, I'm like, so now I have, somebody I can go to. Me and Terrell had conversations. I'm like, yo, what's going on? He was like, I don't know. We've been working and stuff like that. So then next thing you know, I would say probably maybe 6 months later, they called back and like, okay, so we had to change our studio because this one closed down. Because Studio East did close down. So
Yeah,
then we
it
started
did.
doing recording at GAT 3, right?
Got three.
GAT 3 is
Mm-hmm.
the Grammy Award winning studio. The
Mm-hmm.
baby, Anthony Hamilton, like they
Mm-hmm.
are huge.
Yes.
Started recording there. I'm like, okay, we doing okay. Let's see, because look, y'all got a pattern at this point. I don't know
Right.
what y'all
Yeah.
gonna do.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all got a I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Make you raise the
So
eyebrow.
right, but again, I think one thing that kind of fueled me is because the passion for music. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So what made me continue to keep going was like, okay, I love the way this feels when I'm in the studio. I want to
Yeah.
keep making music, and then
Making music.
hopefully, okay, and I know sometimes the music industry is very grimy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So certain things, some things happen that cause you not to move forward,
Right.
so you have to maneuver different ways. So I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
definitely try to look at all the good in the
Mm-hmm.
situation. I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Mm-hmm.
say.
I feel
So
you.
started recording that GAT 3. I'm like, okay, cool. I recorded some new stuff, and I'm just like, okay. So when I meet, and I'm like, okay, when are we gonna release some of the stuff? You got to think. Let's go all the way back
Right.
from when I first started
Yes.
recording with you guys.
Yeah. How many songs would you say you had at that point? A ton.
I know I had about 20.
Hmm.
20. And that's a good. That's enough for a project.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's about
That's two
two,
projects
three
nowadays.
EPs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? EP number
Yeah.
5 songs. So it's just
Right.
like something, that I could put out on.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
mean, during those times, of course, people around here that know me and stuff like that, like I've always sung. So, local artists, I would, get on some of their tracks and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that and do music with them. But I never had did anything on my own. Like I
Right.
never released music on my own. Like, and then now by this time, I'm like, okay, we got Apple Music out, we got
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Spotify, all this stuff. Like I want to put some of my music out there because everybody always asks me, when you gonna
Mhm.
release this? When you gonna put something out? And I always say it's coming. It's
Right.
coming. Me having that hope and faith, like especially in these people, like okay, it's coming. So I would
Mhm.
definitely say like the last go round was probably like I met with them last year, you guys. It
Okay.
was definitely like last year. I
Wow.
recorded I recorded like 2 songs, and like they sound so good. Like I got them, they sent me all the stuff, but of course, like
Yeah.
they wrote them, I performed them,
Right.
I got paid for it, so it's basically work for hire,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
right?
they own it, so
So,
you can't do anything with it.
Without
exactly.
their consent.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So at
Gotcha.
Yeah.
this point, me talking and still like formulating those great relationships with, my vocal coach Terrell, and we having conversations. And at this point, we're like, look, they definitely done played us.
Hmm.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no way that we have all this music and nobody's putting anything out. What is
Mm-hmm.
the issue? And I'm just like,
Right.
again, me trying to see the good, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
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 So at that point, I had to make a decision for myself and
Mhm.
like Sheri. You're gonna have
Mhm.
to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to do it yourself. Like you can't be
Independent.
afraid, can't be scared. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that
Mhm.
I do shows, I do some gigs and stuff like that. But Sherry, you're gonna have to push yourself and get your own self out here,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because obviously you see you cannot wait on somebody else to do that. And then of course,
True.
during those times, I have done other things. Like I was talking to Jerry, I was like,
Mhm.
music is my passion. That's
Yes.
my life. That's what I do. But of course, being that I didn't do it with them anymore, I kind of like was like, okay, I don't got time for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you hear so much stories about the music industry. Like
I
I don't want
tell
nobody
you.
to use me. You know what I'm saying? Like this
Mm-hmm.
feel like this would happen, even though they paid me, but
Yeah.
still
Right.
I didn't get to use me for my gift. I didn't get
Yeah.
to nobody heard it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
so I kind of like started doing other stuff. So that's where that, serial entrepreneurship
Serial
came out.
entrepreneur. Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
That,
kind of I really honestly put music to the side, and then
mhm.
I created, like, I started doing, I have a business that I created called RLS Firm, where I
Okay.
basically help people. I started out because people used to always ask me, can you get me a job? Can you get me a job? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Oh
yeah, that's
wow.
easy. So it
Oh,
was a niche for me. And so
easy.
I was like, how can I monetize
I need
this?
a.
You
I
know
got
what I'm
a few
saying?
people I need to send your
I know,
way.
right?
Like,
I'm sorry.
bring them on
They
over.
don't know they need you, but they do.
Yeah, they need you. I digress. Proceed. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
so this firm, what I do is I first and foremost because resume is very important, so I
Hmm.
create or update resumes, and
Okay.
Okay.
then of course some people just need that
Yeah.
service, so I charge for that, and then if they want like for me to manage the job search project process for them, I
Wow.
can do that for them as well.
Yeah.
And so the another thing that I started doing, being that I was creating business myself, I'm like, okay, some people have businesses inside of them but they don't know what to do next,
Hmm.
right?
Mm,
So just through my experience, I say, okay, I'm gonna offer like a business process, fee, too. So for people who want to start a business, okay, to get your federal EIN number, right?
Hmm.
Let's go ahead and get your logo done. Let's go ahead and create you, a business page so you can have, an audience to that. So I offer that service
Hmm.
with RLS Firm too. So
okay.
I was like, okay, I'm doing this. Okay, let me do something else, right? Of
Uh-huh.
course, singer, people always ask me to come sing places. So I'm like, okay, as an artist, okay, I'm Sheri Songbird Phillips, but I want to offer more things as an artist. So I
Hmm.
created my business, You Can Sing Music Company. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people ask me, like, well, do you do vocal coaching and stuff like
Okay.
that? And I'm like, well, I've never done it before, but I would think it's simple.
You've been
You know
coached.
what I'm
Because
saying?
you've been coached. Yeah.
You've been coached before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, if anything is this more so. So I started taking on clients, doing vocal coaching for them and helping them. Because if anything, it's more so of the person being comfortable, first of all, within
Yeah.
themselves, within their voice and how they
Mhm.
sound. And then from there, once you have the confidence, then you can do anything. And then that's when you
That's
bring
right.
that stage presence and stuff like that. So I started offering those services, and then that's when I came up with. I'm like, okay, well, people need places for funerals. They need
Hmm.
people to
Uh,
sing for funerals because a lot of people reach out to me and they're like, "Hey,
Hmm.
are you available
yeah.
to sing? Such and such happened. Can you sing for this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let me monetize it." Look,
Yeah, 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 absolutely.
because at the end of the day, you got to think. God said your gift will make room for you. So
Hmm.
everything
It
that we need
certainly
is
will.
actually inside of us. We just have to put it in a process and present it
Hmm.
honestly. And
Yeah.
so You Can Sing Music Company, I offer vocal coaching lessons, and then people can book me for weddings, parties, funerals, whatever pop up occasions. Like if somebody want to surprise somebody and they want to sing like a little song, I do that. So I started doing that. So that's
That's
business number
awesome.
two. And so,
Uh-huh.
what else? Of course, I do a little bit of modeling and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I like to look good. I love to take pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
she's
was like,
fabulous
I
in that
want to
light.
be yes, yes. I was like, I want to be a plus size model. I want to be a curvy model. So I started
Yeah.
doing that. And of course,
Uh,
everything you're as an individual, you're a brand,
Hmm.
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you just brand yourself off those different things that you do. So I created my brand, Sheri the model. So I got that. And
Wow.
Uh-huh.
then probably like last year, my mom, everything that my mom does, she wants me to do because it's only me and my brother. So I'm
Hmm.
her
Yeah,
only daughter.
yeah.
So she was like, dude, I'm gonna be selling some stuff and I just want you to come on. So she had a show, like her and her husband, where they was
Uh-huh.
like at first selling like purses. Like they would do live and stuff like that. And so you gotta think. So now that I've been helping people with their business, I'm like, okay, mom, do you want this to be a hobby or you want it to be a business? Because
Hmm.
you go about those things two totally different ways. And so
Right.
she was like, I want it to be a hobby. So one day I happened to be on the show with her. And then I was like, every show has a jingle.
Okay.
Every show, like, everything that's catchy has a jingle.
Hmm.
I
That's
created
right.
the jingle for their show and I just created the business for them, S&J
Uh-huh.
Boutique. And so at that point, honey, I became a co-owner when I created it for it. So
Wow.
There you go.
we sell
Yeah.
everything. We sell live interactively Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, live via Facebook. Probably
Wow.
from between 8 and 9 o'clock. So we have a huge audience. We done been in parades and we've been in
Yeah.
vending events and stuff like that. So that's business.
Yeah.
What number four?
That's
Hmm.
four. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
um,
check number four.
you
Check
better
number
know it.
four.
They said you gotta have seven streams of income.
That's
Okay.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah.
far as a business friend of mine, well, we went to school together, but she came, moved back here, and then we started doing some just some activism work in the community and stuff like that. And we created this business called Moms Against Racism. And so, like, I am the executive director of community outreach for that organization. Like, we have done some great things in the community. You can check us out on Facebook. All of my
Yeah,
businesses are on
yeah.
Facebook.
We need to pop them up.
Yeah, let put those on the screen too.
Yeah,
So it's
shout out to my sister. She
let's
giving me a shout out for her jingle that
yeah
she wrote some years ago. 2 years, was it like 2 years ago, Faith? I can't remember.
yeah.
Y'all
Shout
approach
Yeah.
me.
Shout out to the Jing, and also while we pause for a second, a shout out again. Our folks on Twitch have been commenting on there too. DJ
What
Nuff
up, though?
said, and J Stumpy 73 on Twitch as well. Thank you for joining us,
Jay Stumpy.
J Stumpy 73.
All right.
So Sherry, give us the business again, right? The
So
first
the
one,
first one is RLS Firm.
RLS Firm. Boom.
And you have
Yes.
Instagrams for all of these, or
Yes, it's
okay,
IG and Facebook. So
okay.
RLS Firm, and RLS Firm stands for Royal Lifestyle, because I'm a
Hey,
believer.
Yeah.
We live a
yeah,
royal lifestyle, and then every person that I come in contact with, I am a firm believer in their goals and their dreams and their vision. So the
absolutely.
name meant a whole bunch to me when I created that business.
Yeah.
Royal lifestyle. I like
Absolutely.
it. All
So
right.
that's one. And
Okay.
then you have You Can Sing Music Company. So it's all together.
Okay.
So the
Like one
full word
word.
you can sing.
Well, yeah. So space can
Oh,
sing.
Okay.
oh, okay.
You can sing music company. There we
Mm-hmm.
go.
Make sure our audience can
There you
see this
go.
so they can go follow you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
That's
we have the boutique, of course, because our audience is large, but we want to bring some
Bring
more
some
people
more.
over there.
come on.
Exactly. S&J Boutique. So S and then the letter and
Mm-hmm.
J Boutique.
Okay.
S&J Boutique.
DJ enough so I can sing.
Yeah, enough
I
said
love
so he
it.
can sing.
No doubt.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Get the
And then
vocals,
just my
vocals out.
model page is, Sheri underscore the model.
Okay.
Oh.
And folks, y'all go check her out. Check these. I'm gonna have to do the same once I get off
Yeah,
here.
let's follow all these pages while you're following the no shortcuts as well. And
Yeah.
just a commercial break. Speaking of Nuff Said, make sure you check out our episode with DJ Nuff Said we did a few weeks back. It's on the YouTube. It's on the YouTube
Yeah.
page
Yeah.
as well. Check out that Nuff Said episode. He definitely
Yes,
brought it with
please.
him too. And we
Yes,
want to hear
please.
you sing next time.
Right. Want to
Oh,
hear it. Don't be look. Don't be looking.
Yeah, she Jay Stumpy want to see you sing too, Nuff Said.
yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, want to see somebody
We can
sing?
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know
You got
y'all
to
have some.
look.
Yeah, so like I would definitely say
You
everywhere
spit it
that
up
I
for us.
go, yeah, everywhere that I go, I definitely sing. Like if I go out of town, I travel a lot. So I love to travel. So if I go somewhere, we're gonna find somewhere we can do karaoke. If I hang
Mhm.
out with my friends, like we're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, let's go do karaoke. Everybody always wants me to sing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mhm.
majority of the time, everywhere I go, I'm gonna sing somewhere. So this clip that you guys have, we were on vacation in Aruba, and then they had like a little bar there where they were doing karaoke, and of course, I was out of town with my godmom and my sister, and so they were like, "Oh my God, you have to sing, you have to sing, you have to sing." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, let me get it to them." So,
Yeah.
bless the people on the island, on the happy
Yeah.
island, with my
Yeah.
voice. So
Yes.
Let's roll to the clip and let's see what you're talking about.
All right. All right.
and here come my favorite part.
Nice. Yeah.
And
Wow.
Aruba.
Yeah.
And Aruba. That was all right.
Yeah.
Thank
My sister
you.
asked, "Do we put those in the comments?" We'll go
Yeah.
back and
I'm
put
putting
them in
them
there.
in now. When I post them on here, it goes to the YouTube and the Twitch comments, but not the Facebook comments. So
Okay.
I'm reposting them manually on the Facebook
Yeah,
comments.
my sister wants your pages again,
Yeah.
so we're
There
gonna
we
try to put them in the
go.
comments.
Yeah, I'm putting them in the
Oh, and
Facebook
that was
comments now.
fantastic, by the way. She sent me a few videos.
Yeah.
I picked that one because of the live
Yes.
interaction. Yeah,
So,
and
and then definitely say on here, put my other page, Sheri Songbird Phillips, the artist. Like that's my actual like artist page.
Okay.
uh,
I'll put
Yeah.
that one in there too.
I can help out with that. Famous, or you need
Okay.
some assistance? Or you okay? Which one should
Yeah,
I do?
if
You
you
got
already, yeah, I did all of them except for the last one, except for the artist page.
okay. So
Yeah, Sheri
Sherry,
Songbird Phillips, the artist.
song
And so what I'm going
Songbird
to do,
Phillips,
since we talked about,
the artist.
rebranding, I'm all about rebranding, renewing, right? And then I know I gotta start doing these songs by myself. So I did write a song
Yeah.
and I'm going to record it. And when I do re-record it, I want to rebrand myself because I feel like Sherry Songbird Phillips is so long. And
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
want my middle name is Cyrell. And at
Mhm.
one time I was just like, who named me that? I found out who
uh,
named me
Uh,
that, right? And I
yeah.
asked her, what does that mean? Right? Because we always know that words have meaning, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
she told me, she said that means the bringer of essence. And I was like,
nice.
wow. And I was like, that is who I am. Like all of this
Yeah.
personality, all of, saying the energy that I have, I'm definitely that bringer of saying, of
Yeah.
essence and change the atmosphere and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. So I was like, that is perfect. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start going by that.
The
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. And
yeah.
after your experiences with the other folks that didn't per se pan out, I think it's a good
Exactly.
idea. It's like almost starting with the clean slate, so to speak.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. And then we were just talking on the phone last week before we rehearsed, and you kind of gave me the rundown of that story, and it was just very bizarre because you got paid, everything was right except the
Mm-hmm.
music didn't come
It
out.
says just never came out.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, because for most people, it's the money. For
Right.
most
Yeah, they
Right,
don't
right.
ever
You
get
got
paid.
paid.
Yeah.
for most artists, they never get paid. They do all
Yeah.
this work and they have the music so they can have the fame, right? Meaning people know them, people know their name and all the stuff
Hmm.
like that, but then they never have the money to back it up. On my end, I had the money.
Mm-hmm.
The money
Yeah.
was never a problem. I mean, they
Yeah.
spent so much
Yeah.
money. It was never an issue. You know what I'm
And
saying? It was just
they were happy with the product because they kept coming back to you. You know,
exactly.
and they kept paying
So
you.
I just
It
Yeah.
just never
right.
came
So
out.
at this point, I'm just like, honey, I don't know what none of the stuff is. I don't know if they sold it to different artists or whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be. I guess one day if I hear
Yeah.
the song on the radio, I'll be like, never,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you might have been
Yeah.
a really high paid reference track.
Yeah. Or they might not have had, they might have been recording and making music, and might not have had their ducks in a row with the
Mm-hmm.
distribution.
Right.
Right. That's
They might
true.
they could have gotten ahead of themselves. But we'll never know. We just process it. I know you and I were trying to figure it out last week, and I'm like, yo, I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
But I definitely asked Jerry. I said, if anything, I definitely want to surround myself with people like you guys, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And like Jerry, so that I can have that, push and have that music community friends, I would
Mm-hmm.
say.
yeah,
So now I know he plays for a lot of different gigs. And I'm like, hey, I would love to start doing,
Yeah.
shows and
Yeah.
just so he was like, so yeah, when we start doing some stuff, I'm gonna invite you. I'm like,
yeah.
well,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had
Absolutely.
invited her. I was gonna invite. I had invited her to come out this Friday for the Blues and Jazz
Mm-hmm.
Festival, but she's got another engagement already. So
Yeah.
yes,
you
I'm
know,
gonna be in Florida. I'm so mad. I
yeah,
don't even want
yeah,
to go now.
yeah. But and this is you already on our platform, so
Yeah.
which is a fairly quick turnaround from last week. So
Yeah.
things happen rather quickly sometimes.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
working. We
We
Yeah,
working.
working, we working, and now I got you on the
Yeah.
roster as far as when I
for
need
the
a singer for
wedding, he's a
weddings
DJ.
and so yeah, I provide DJ service, but I also provide overall entertainment. If you need a musician or if you need a
Exactly.
singer, and I can also provide that as well. So now I got your info. You know,
I'm
we
so
want a singer for
excited.
that,
Yeah.
and we'll
Now
be
don't
working on some things.
now don't be hitting her on the boutique page when you're trying to get her
I
to
know,
sing.
right? Yeah.
The boutique page is the
Yeah.
first one that came up. I'm sorry, but I
Yeah,
need you to sing
it's
something.
well, you want to buy this purse or what?
I'm like, no, y'all got to contact me on the right business page.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got
the
to get
right
you on the right
page.
page for sure.
Yeah,
No
man.
said his middle name is Terrell and it means lover of pizza. So,
He's stupid. My middle name must be Terrell too. Then.
yeah, I know.
Funny.
Oh, wait up, wait up, wait up. We got Mr. Willie Phillips in the house right here.
It's my
DJ
dad.
DJ Willie
Yeah.
Phillips is here. What's happening?
Yeah, I met your dad when I came to rehearse with you, right?
No, so that's my
No.
stepdad.
Ah, okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
That's
Okay,
my
I'm trying to keep it all.
stepdad. This ain't the
What's up,
James, but
peace family?
Yeah,
Peace
yeah,
to the
yeah.
Phillips family. What's
this
up, y'all? I met a
This
few of them last
really
week.
G
This
Phillips.
is
Big
Willie
Phillips.
G. DJ
Ah,
Willie G.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, got you. That's awesome. Now your folks on your
Yeah.
family on support you. That's wonderful. That's what it's all about. It
Oh,
gets
thank
all
you, Dad.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Phillips. And Faith
yeah,
says, yes, everything works out the way it's supposed to, for
yeah. We're
sure.
I
just gonna keep
totally
our
agree.
music more on the
I
independent.
totally agree. Like
Hmm.
even like I'm a big I'm very positive thinker, right? So
Yeah,
I'm just like, okay, well, God, if anything, you gave me the experience,
Hmm.
oh,
right? Because sometimes I feel like God is never going to bless you. He's not going to allow your blessings to take you away from Him, right?
right,
Hmm.
So we
right.
already know how, the music industry is very lucrative. It is. And a lot of people kind of like lose focus. And, when they get into it, it's a lot that comes with that. So I
Yeah,
always tell myself, I'm like, okay, well, Sherry, you have the experience. You know what that looks like. So people can't come to you
yeah,
any type of way. So
Hmm.
now
yeah.
I know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, where's your contracts? I know I read those. What have work have you done? Just because your words sound good, that doesn't
Yeah,
mean I'm gonna fuck you up.
Hmm.
yeah,
I've learned that. You know what I'm saying? So if
yeah,
anything, it's more so of just okay, what's going on, what's happening. So having that conversation and then
uh,
saying, okay, well, what work have you done? I need to see your references. What have you done? You know what
Hmm.
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Before you, get into anything else. So at the end of the day, I feel like God gave me the experience for a reason
Hmm.
oh
because it
yeah,
is He's going to elevate me. And then let's not take away, of course. I've done the shows. I try a lot of people. I didn't do American Idol when I came to Charlotte. I never
okay,
done American Idol. I had just started my first big girl job, so I was like, uh-uh.
Yeah.
Those
yeah.
people, those
They
people who be on
wasn't
there, they want
playing.
my job to come here, and then,
Hmm.
but I did BET Sunday Best twice. So my
Oh
first
man,
time, I tried out for Sunday's Best in Philadelphia. I drove there.
Hmm.
I did it. That was my first experience. We waited outside for hours.
Wow.
right? The
Mhm.
whole shebang. Waited outside for hours at the college at the convention center in Philadelphia. Got in there, and I'm like, okay, you meet so many people that can sing, and then in my case, I'm like, you sound better than me, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then you get in
Yeah.
this room, right? You get in this room, and you have like maybe 10 to 15, 10 to 20 people in the room. You have judges in there, and it's not the judges that's on TV, right? Because it's the
Right.
process,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
right? So it's like judges from like the radio stations, maybe some BT executives and stuff like that. You go through there, you go in there
Right.
and you form the list of songs that they tell you, and then they be like, okay, they'll call your number. If they didn't call your number, thank y'all. You're not what we're looking for right now. Keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, this makes no sense when I first did
Yeah.
it. I was like, this makes no sense because I'm like, it's I'm talking about people didn't get chosen that can sing.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm saying like it's crazy. And so
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. So probably like a few I did that in 2009.
Okay.
And probably like 20 I would maybe 2012, I don't know. I went to Atlanta and I tried out then. I met Kurt Franklin at that one.
Mm.
Okay.
He was out there. We took some pictures and stuff together. And so then I did again. And so I knew what the process was gonna be
Right.
like. We waited out there for hours, of course, in the cold. So you
Hmm.
go in there and do it, and then I'm just like, I didn't get selected again. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. At this point, I learned it's all about politics. I said it's basically people who took my place and other people's place that can't sing for everybody to get ratings, right?
Yeah.
Because you want it to be funny. You want it
Because they
to
want it
be
to be
like
fun. They want that moment, that Simon moment. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I came to the realization, even when I watched the show. So if you just, I guess, look at how the politic of the show is, you have to have a story. So they
Mm-hmm.
don't want it to be too polished, right?
Yeah.
If you're
Mm-hmm.
too
It's gonna have
polished,
some
then it's not going to be like, oh, well, we made you.
interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yep.
get what I'm
That's
saying? Because a lot of people come with it, they have a big story. So they got
Yeah.
like this, oh, I lost this, I lost
Yeah.
this, I lost that.
yeah.
And then I came here and this gave me hope. So that's the
Yeah.
story that
Yeah.
they
Mm-hmm.
can
Which
sell. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
it to me it was for TV. So after I did the Sunday's Best that year, I never watched any of those singer shows ever again because I just like they all the same.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nothing different about them. It is a different name. You
Mm-hmm.
know
Yeah.
what
It's
I'm
like
saying?
Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
Coke,
It's the
Pepsi,
same thing.
RC Cola,
Yeah.
Sam's Choice. You know
Nothing.
what I mean?
Yeah, it tastes exactly the
Tastes
same.
exactly the same. Said
Different name.
says that
So
he
I really,
auditioned too, and he auditioned, and they told him he had to work on his nerves and his pitch control because he
Man,
was all over the
that
place.
that is Mr. Me Too tonight,
wow.
ain't it?
Yeah, he did that. He did that for sure.
DJ Snuff said, aka
If
Mr.
you
Me
still want
Too.
to work on your pitch control, man, Sherry is also a vocal coach.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
her on the right
Yeah,
page, though, guys.
yeah.
Get her on the right page.
Yes, get it on the right page. She can't. Don't hit it on the resume page and ask her for the
Definitely,
coaching.
definitely gonna do that.
She'll get you a job you didn't know you wanted.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Right,
all
right.
about whenever it comes to people getting their jobs, I ask them, what do you want to do?
Yeah,
Because I tell them a lot of times we have to do things that we have to do,
yeah.
right? Because a lot of people just out here just surviving.
Hmm.
But me,
Right.
when people come to me about jobs, I want to know what you want to do because
Hmm.
your gift or your talent or even
Yeah,
like your hobby can be jobs. And then that
Yep.
way it's something that you love to do. So you never want to go to a job, working a job that you, I hate, I got to
Yeah.
come here.
yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I also
Absolutely.
tell people, well, you should leave.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then guess what? Let me help you. Let me help
That's
you
it.
find
Yeah.
what you want.
Yeah. It just brings the morale down if you don't want to be there.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
I'll be
And
Debbie
let's face
Downer
it,
at work all day.
people, yeah,
Yeah.
so many people are hiring,
Yeah.
and you never know. It's something that you probably love to do that somebody is hiring for.
Hmm.
Yeah. For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Always.
Yeah. And that pretty much sums up what we why we congregate here every week.
Yeah. This is why
You
we do the
know.
show for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's wrap this up with some words of wisdom from Sheri Songbird Phillips. If there's something that that you can take away from your journey, whether it be on the music side or whether it be on the entrepreneur side, something that you've learned along the way that will definitely help you've already helped our audience tremendously. I know because I've picked up some things. But something else
Yeah.
that you think that maybe we didn't touch on that somebody needs to hear today that definitely helped you and you want to pass that on, what would it be?
One thing I would definitely say for me is keep going.
Keep
Right?
going.
That's the biggest thing because a lot of
Yeah.
times,
Thanks, thanks,
we
Mom.
come sick, we come to things and then it doesn't work out. And so then you feel like it's failure, but it's not because failure is a part of success.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this
Mhm.
thing right here, and God is very strategic in how he does things because sometimes he needs you to go this way because
Mhm.
down here you're going to have to turn this way, but I haven't set things up for you already yet, so
Mm-hmm.
I need you to go this way so then later on down the road when you come here it's already set up for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you
Mhm.
to go there first because I'm not going to
Right.
have what I need for you there.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
have to enjoy the journey, right?
Yes.
In
Yeah.
your life lessons, you have to enjoy the journey, even though sometimes it may be bad, sometimes it may not be what you want. Enjoy the journey because all of those things that you learn going to where you want to go, you're gonna need those things,
Mm.
Yeah.
right? You're gonna need
Absolutely.
those things because you're gonna be like, oh wow, well, I learned this back here, and I needed that for this
Mhm.
moment right now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
then I would definitely say so that's just for like music and whatever it may be. But entrepreneurship, I would definitely say everybody has a business inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
Some people
Mhm.
are afraid to venture out, and no one is saying quit your 9 to 5 job. Nobody's saying
Right.
that. You
Right.
Yeah.
work. You work while you work your dream, right?
Mhm.
You use your, funds from your work to fund your dream,
Mhm.
right?
Invest in
Exactly.
yourself.
Yep.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so once you are able to do your dream, right? Then
Mhm.
you can let the other stuff go. But
Yeah.
just everybody has a business inside of them, and don't be afraid to step out on faith and venture out and do it. Even if you only do it a little bit, just
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
continue to be consistent, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Even though you like, oh my God, I only got paid from this business this one time this
Mm-hmm.
month. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
okay. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just and keep your name out there. Keep networking. Your network is your net worth. You
Nice.
know what I'm saying? Always
Yeah.
network with people like what we're doing here now. Network with people, go to
Yes.
places, have your cars, and talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then that way people be like, oh, well, I need you like that. Like, we know I did jobs. And now look
Mm-hmm.
at you. You got
Yeah.
50 for me already.
Yeah. You
You
go.
know what
Yeah.
I'm
You
saying?
go. Yeah. Mom
Yeah.
says.
So
My sister said.
I would definitely,
Yeah. I was just gonna read the comment. Mom
Mm-hmm.
said, "Enjoy it. You gotta." What did she say now?
Enjoy the
God told me
journey.
years ago to enjoy the journey. My sister said this was great. She loves your energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got a bunch of new fans today, Sherry.
I
Great
Yeah.
show,
know,
very
I'm
good
so
show. Shout out
excited.
to Sylvia Brown, Jay
That's my
Stumpy.
mom.
That's your mom.
Oh,
Now
that's your mom? Okay.
I met her. I get one right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was. Yeah.
Would have hit me with the wah wah wah.
Oh, yeah. Hit you with the. I don't have
Hit me
that
with the
one.
clown. You don't have the
I don't
clown
have that
horn.
one, but I got the
Okay.
the
Oh my
bicycle horn.
God, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Well,
This
this
is
has
a
been
great.
great. We
Yeah.
appreciate your time. Thank you to
Thank you.
everybody on YouTube, everybody on Facebook, everybody on Twitch. Once
Twitch.
again, make sure y'all go follow Sherry at all of those pages. We got them in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go follow her on IG, on Facebook, on her
Yes.
business pages, and we here to
And my
support each other.
personal. So you might
And
want to be my
personal,
personal.
Yeah.
Personal.
yeah, that's her
Absolutely.
Sherry.
personal page right there. As it says Sherry Songbird Phillips. That's the
Yeah.
personal page.
I'm gonna
I got
follow.
some more
All my
pictures.
pages are gonna follow all your pages.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
We're gonna
yeah.
do this thing.
Yeah, yeah, that sound like my friends call your friends.
Yeah.
What Puffy said?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
we
show.
appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Thank you
And
so much, Sherry, for joining us this week. We really do appreciate it, and this has been really,
Thank you.
really good. This is. I'm glad we got you first. You
I
yeah,
know.
know. We're
now
gonna
that
talk about this. Y'all gonna be like, "Oh my God, look at where
Yeah.
she is now."
Yeah.
Let's go
yeah.
back to that first interview
Yeah.
she ever did. I'm gonna be like, "Oh my God, look at that bottom." Oh my God.
That's right. Yeah, we'll have you back on. We'll have you back on for for part two.
Yeah, mom said
Yes, I'm
Sheri
excited.
dropped a
Thank
lot
you
of
so
good
much,
nuggets.
and I look
Yeah.
forward to working with you guys more.
Oh, for
Absolutely.
I look
sure.
forward to y'all covering me on some gigs that we
Yeah,
do.
Yeah,
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
so
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna get in where we fit in and do some networking, do some jobs.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. Great.
Yeah.
Y'all
Great
making me want
nuggets.
some nuggets.
I
All this
know, right? It's
nuggets.
a lot of
Nuggets.
nuggets and pizza being talked about in these
Yeah,
comments.
yeah, man. And look at the
they hungry.
time too. It's dinner time.
Yeah. It's
It's
dinner
dinner
time.
time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Let's
All
close this
right. So
thing out,
I
brother.
like to just have a good time. Yeah, I just want to invite everybody before we sign off. If you're in the Rock Hill area, surrounding area, please come out this Friday. Mellow Groove is performing
Hey.
live. I don't get to play with my guys Mellow Groove as that much, because I'm so busy with the chairman of the board and the executives. And we as Mellow Groove now we do more exclusive events, especially since we were elected into the Rock Hill Hall of Fame for music and everything like that. So, but this Friday, ladies and gentlemen, for the York County Blues and Jazz Festival, Mellow Groove will be live downtown Rock Hill. We'll be in the alleyway behind Jimmy John's. It's like our third
Mm-hmm.
time being party. Did I freeze again?
Yeah, but you're good now.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a big block party. There's like 12 bands total downtown
Okay.
Rock Hill, and you pay one fee and you can bounce around as you
Nice.
please. Please go to yorkcountyarts.org for the rest of the information. And that's all I'm going to promote this week. Although I'll be playing, I'll be in Sanford and Eden, North Carolina, 2 shows on Saturday. You can go to the chairmanoftheboard.com
Yeah.
for that information. We do have the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame inductions coming up October 20th in Kannapolis. But all
Mm-hmm.
that information is at the chairmanoftheboard.com. I'll be performing at the
Yeah. Yeah.
induction as well.
Yes.
So yeah, we got a busy month, man. I thought it was gonna slow down a little bit, but not quite yet.
Not yet. It's
No,
not
we
time
working.
yet.
We
And check out
Yeah,
working.
the
yeah,
a
let's
touch of
get it.
faith will be live on Facebook also tonight at
Yeah, that's
8:30.
my
So
sister's thing.
head over to stay on your Facebook and head over to a touch of faith. She
That's
will be
the thing.
live showing you how she does it for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's my sister, guys. So, and she makes some beautiful handcrafted things there that you can use to decorate your home, and your office or whatever.
Yeah.
You get T-shirts. She was doing the mask at one point. I'm not sure if she's still doing those, but early on in the pandemic, I had a custom made mask and everything. So, yeah. So that
Cool.
with that being said, shout out to A Touch of Faith.
Yeah.
Shout out to Praise of Faith Gospel Shop,
Yeah.
Our Power Community, Smooth Sales, FMG, Event Company,
Yeah.
Chairman of the Board, Mellow Groove, the executives,
Mm-hmm.
official Honeycomb family, and the official Earth, Wind, and Fire family.
Yeah.
We appreciate all you guys.
And
Thank you to
also
everybody.
one more to Juju Lee event. Shout out to them. They're having a big meeting tonight in Charleston that I couldn't make it to, but we'll talk
Okay.
about that next week's show. Shout out to
Yes, yes,
Juju Lee
y'all.
events.
Yeah,
Miss
yeah.
Sheri,
We thank you.
we thank you so much. This is a great
Yeah,
Thank
show.
you.
Make sure
Thank
you
you
yeah.
so
follow
much.
Sheri Phillips on all of those socials that we put up on in the comments. I'm about to do that myself.
Me too.
Thank
And Sherry,
you.
yeah. And I was gonna say, don't hang up when we sign off, and we'll say goodbye to you
Yeah.
offline.
All right.
Okay.
But once again, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We had a great time.
Yeah.
It was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
thank you, everyone. Make sure you all follow her, follow
Mhm.
us, follow our YouTube
Subscribe,
channel,
subscribe.
subscribe to the YouTube, watch all the previous episodes we've done. This is number 32.
Yeah. That's,
And I'll catch up with our previous episodes, and make sure you subscribe on the Twitch as well if you're watching on Twitch, and tell somebody.
yeah.
And
As my
that's it.
dad would say, mash the button.
Yeah, mash the button.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace,
Peace.
love. God bless.